What is up, my fellow Intwebians? I am Logan, the Totally Epic Gamer, and today I actually want to do a beginner's guide to DayZ. I feel like this is one of the hardest things to do, and I've gone over it, and I think I have a really good idea of what I want to tell you guys, so here we go. There's a few things you're going to want to start out doing. One of them is your way of playing DayZ. See, I have the 6 updater, so I have like this whole list of things and servers and whatnot, and the way I always list them is by name, so that I see all the US servers, the ones that I can connect to the easiest and the best. Now, first thing you want to do is find servers that you like going on to and feel like you have a stable connection on. Some servers, they have a really low ping, but they don't hold your computer well. It's just weird. It's based on where you are. There's a whole weird thing to it. So what you're going to want to do is go on an easy server. I pick US 174. It always works for me. It's always really good. There's a medium amount of players, which is what I like to play with. I don't like to play with too many. I don't like to play with too little. I just like to play in the middle. But when you first start out, I would either suggest go high risk, which is go for a lot of players, and hopefully maybe you're a gun nut already and you know how to kill people and you just take guns and you can advance like that. Or if you want to take it slow, go on a very low pop server, like 1 or 2 up to 10 people, and that's it. You'll see less people, less chance of you dying, and you actually get to learn the game. So the biggest thing you're going to need is pick a server. I have 174. I actually killed myself so that I could show you guys what to do, and this is kind of how it goes. You're going to hit OK, and it's going to start loading your mission. Now, it's really important to find out where your first part, where like you started. It'll tell you on the right side, and that's extremely important. You also get to pick male or female, but that's not as important. It doesn't really matter. Sometimes I pick female just so I can find teammates, and it's easier to see me because not many people choose female. Now we're not going to choose that yet. You're going to want to have this open right here. This is DayZDB.com, and the reason you're going to want this open is because if you see right at the top there, you can see where my browser is and all that stuff. You're going to want this open because it tells you where you are, where to go, where all the big things are that you're going to need. And there's very specific places that you want to go in the beginning. You want to be able to start off well. You don't want to start off slow. So generally, where you'll start, let me just maximize this for you guys so you can see everything. You're generally going to start around here, around this area right here, if you can see where my cursor is going. And if you start right over here, you're going to want to go up to this way. You see there's like big places where there's a lot of circles and a lot of stuff going on. Those are the areas you want to visit. The green circles are also very important. Anything with big circles is a good spot. Now you don't spawn anywhere over here, and that's for a very good reason. This is very big things that are for later in the game when you've started to learn your way and you want to get deeper and deeper into the game and you want to get better and better. So generally the biggest spots to spawn are right here, right around here. Those are the biggest spots. Sometimes you'll spawn right here, and this is kind of a hard spot I think for beginners. Right here is one of the best spots for beginners. Now let me tell you why. This is Cherno and Electro. It takes a look. This thing's a little bit laggy, but you'll understand. And you see how they all have writings like Kopito, Cap, Goloba, whatever, Drakon, things like that. Otmel. Otmel's a big place to spawn. Kamishovo, things like that. And those are all very significant because it's going to tell you where you spawned right as you start the game. So you want to know right away. So we're going to hit the spawn button, and I'm going to tell you exactly where I am on the map. Alright, we're going to go female. Maybe we could trade our sexual services for items. So to see where we spawned. Look at that, Oatmeal. Like I said, it's a very common place to spawn. So I know I've spawned to the right of Electro. Spawned right around here. Now I could go to Kamishovo, and you see these little tiny circles? That means very low value. The bigger the circle, the higher the value, obviously. So I know that if I go left, I'm going to go to Electro. This dude's already talking to me. There's people. And don't hurt me. Don't hurt me.
Friendly.
Yeah, friendly. Keep going. Keep going. I'm good. I'm good. Friendly. And so this happens often. I'm friendly. Keep walking. And so that happens a lot. Meeting new people. This is a very common spot. And yeah, how does this guy know? Holy shit! How does he know these things? And so we're gonna go left. And this is Electro. You're gonna want to go to your very right side of your keyboard. There should be a numpad key. You're gonna want to hit enter. You're gonna go in third person. Now the reason you want to go in third person is you can see a lot more. You're seeing a lot more of the map. It's a lot better. Animals, not so important right now. We're just going right into it and learning little bits so that we can get better and better. So you want to go left. Why you're going to go left is because you want to get to Electro, the place we were just talking about. Now there's 6 very big places you want to go to. One of them is a barn. A barn has a lot of items, mainly weapons, good weapons, and sometimes utilities that you can use. There's supermarkets as well. Supermarkets generally contain a pistol, backpacks, food, water, matches. Those are all things you're going to need. You need to keep up your food and water so that you don't starve to death. When you start getting more into the game, you actually need more food and water. And the reason is because you don't find zombies or people troubling as much when you've played the game for a little bit, so it's not as difficult. You just want to keep your body alive, and you're not so worried about your blood and things like that. Now, what else Cherno or Electro has is a school, and there's also hospitals and a church. Hospitals contain all the things you need to basically keep your body alive. Now, some of the things you can't use on yourself, and you have to have somebody else use on you. So it's good to have a partner. Duoing up in DayZ is a really big thing, especially for beginners. I've always played solo, but beginners with duo partners are amazing. They always have more fun, and it's always great. Now, at a church, you actually find everything. You can find big guns for like shotguns, rifles, pistols, ammo, food, water, supplies, hatchet, everything. But it's just a little bit of everything. It's not like the greatest of this or the greatest of that. It's just a little bit of everything, which is good. It can be good, really good for you, and churches are honestly my favorite. I already talked about the supermarket, but the church is also talked about. The firehouse is where you want to go next. The firehouse basically just has weapons in it, and a lot of the good weapons too. The Lee Einfeld is one of the weapons that you'll see the most commonly, and the reason is it one-shots players. It's really loud and attracts a lot of zombies, but it one-shots players, which is really important. So when you're in a gunfight and your enemy has a shotgun which two-shots players, and you have a Lee Einfeld which one-shots players, you only have to land one shot. You're gonna win that gunfight if it's completely even, one-on-one. That's extremely, extremely important. Now, also, something that's important, as you start to walk up to places like this, where you're going to start seeing zombies and whatnot, hitting the X button will allow you to crouch walk, which is very important. You don't really need to prone walk, which is pressing Z. It's not really that important when you're near zombies. Prone is really for going up against players. So you're going to want to crouch. You see, this guy is actually, he's been running, and he's pulled zombies. Now, one of the tip videos I've done before is that you can just run and it doesn't matter. Because a lot of beginning places have big hills like this, and you're going to need those hills. Why? Because when you get a lot of zombies on you like this, you can actually just run up the hills and just run back down the hills, and the zombies will kill themselves by running too fast off the hill and dying. Now, it's really important because early on you'll get a lot of zombies that just chase you, and it can be a really big pain. Another good way to drop zombies is they'll have you chase them, right? So they're chasing me right now, and then I just walk through here. This is what I like to call a through and through. So it has one door there and one door there. Zombies, whenever they're in a house, they walk very, very slowly. So the zombie would walk in normally, unless this one's derped out. See, there he goes, he's walking, and now he's so slow and I can keep running. I just run through, and it'll get to the point where they leash and can't follow you any longer. They're too far away, they don't see you, they just give up. So that's really, really strong early on. Like later on, you don't even really care. You can just shoot them down. It's not even a big deal. You can kill like 1,000 zombies. It wouldn't even matter. But that's when players really become the problem. So we're going to just keep walking to Electro. We're going to get zombies on us. It doesn't really matter. We're going to find a lot of through and throughs on the way, and it's going to be fine until we get to Electro. Now, in big places like Electro and Cherno, you see how there's a lot of new players. There's other players that want to hinder those players and just shoot them and kill them because it's fun, and when you kill enough people you become a bandit and your clothes change, which is something a lot of people like to do, but it's fine. You're gonna die. That's the biggest thing I want you guys to learn from this video. I'm going to Electro in a medium pop server because I know I'm gonna die, and I want you guys to realize that dying is not bad in this game. It's good. It's very, very good because you learn so much more. It's not like a game where you die, lose everything, and you're like, wow, I'm done. I'm done playing. I don't give a shit anymore. I'm just done. I don't want to play this game ever again. You die, come back, and all you can think is, I want to go farther next time. I'm going to do better next time. I'm going to get up there and be the best. And that's the way I've always played this game, and it's great. So we're kind of getting into a big place. Sometimes it's good to not run in the middle of the road, but I'm just gonna run through the middle of the road. I'm not too worried. I'm a boss like that. Too big to stop. And our main objective is to get into a school, a church, and the supermarket. That's all we're really gonna worry about. So right here is actually, I believe that's the hospital right there. That's the firehouse right there. We're also gonna go there. And if you saw up there, there was a circular building. Hey, there's a person. This is the hospital. I don't have anything to break the glass. Usually the glass is already broken. from people trying to invade the hospital and get the goodies out of there. The goodies in there are amazing, and they're very important, so a lot of people want to get them. But we can't go in there right now because I don't have a weapon to break it, and so that's kind of a big deal. Right there, what we just saw was a little bit of corner of the church. We're gonna go all the way around. Oh, we got people talking, and they're shooting each other. So there we go. There's one person dead already. Now what we're actually going to do is we're going to keep walking this way. We're close to the firehouse. The firehouse is the biggest thing early on. Everybody wants to go there because it has so many guns. So many guns. So usually on top of the firehouse, you can see right up there, you can get on top of there, and there'll be people just camping it, waiting for you to come by, because they know you're going to come by. They know you want the guns. So they don't care. They're just going to wait for you to walk by, and just wait for you to come to them. So we're actually going to walk in anyways because we're stupid. And just turn to the left here. Aw, bastard. Somebody wired it up so you actually can't get inside, and they killed all the zombies that were chasing them. A lot of people do that. You can put down wire fencing, and it's pretty good. So what we're actually going to let the zombies do is hit you so I can teach you the bandaging. Bandaging is very important. Hit me, bastard. Usually the first strike will always bleed you right as you start. If you look at the bottom right, you'll see a little like blood drop. That's my blood, and I'm trying to. Once they hit me, they should make me bleed. Usually the first hit does it, but it's not always. So I'm going to wait for these guys to hit me again. Come on. Come on. Still no bleeding. Of course when I want to bleed. There we go, there we go. You see how the plus sign's on there? That means I'm bleeding. So we're going to go outside. We're going to try and see if the zombies are going to chase us. No, we should be good to bandage up. Bandaging takes a while. So what you did there is I pressed G, and then I right-clicked on the bandage and did bandage myself. Now, some people don't even know how to use the bandages and stuff when you first start. It's very confusing. So it can be very hard. I don't have a gun right now, so I don't need the painkillers. Painkillers are for when you're shaking. When you're shaking, by the way, press C to stand fully back up. Pressing X again won't do anything. So I press C to fully stand back up, and I thought that was an enemy person. And now I'm just running again. Now what we're actually running to right now is we're going to run towards the church. And the church is just right around this corner right here. And we're going to go for it. Hopefully it's not fenced off. This is a pretty high pop server. A lot of people visit here, so it could be fenced off. I'm not really sure right now. You actually do use your mouse wheel in this game. A lot of games you don't like using your mouse wheel, in my opinion. But this one, it'll give you a bunch of options when you start wheeling through. I think somebody must have just ran out of here. Yep, looks like somebody just ran out of the church. Usually zombies won't clump like this, but if you're in somewhere like this, they will. So that means this is probably looted already. This person is dead, so it's definitely looted. So I'm just going to mouse wheel through. I can take his painkillers, and I can look at his gear. We're going to look at his gear, and yeah, we're just going to take his painkillers. There's nothing else really on him that we need. Even though I'm not shaking, I still want to take them. So we're just going to look around here. You can see things on the ground. So right there, you can see a bandage on the ground. Something we actually want to take. So we just press the middle mouse button, and it takes it for us. And right there, I don't see really anything else that we need. So we're just going to keep walking. Now I got hit on the way out. It's to be expected. There's so many in there. It was a poor choice to go in there, but I did it anyways. Now what we're actually going to do is walk past the firehouse again, and right down there, I'm holding down the right mouse button to look farther. Right down there and to the right, I believe, is a supermarket, and that's where we want to go. We want to go to the supermarket. Hopefully it hasn't been looted yet, and maybe we can get some supplies. And if we keep going left, we're going to get to Cherno, which is the next biggest place. Electro is big, but I think Cherno has better items, and it's a little bit bigger, I believe. So that's where we're actually going to want to go. And I believe the supermarket's right around here, but I could be completely wrong. I always get Cherno and Electro messed up. And I think I did. I think I did get them mixed up. But it doesn't really matter. We're just going to go back inside because I know the second spot for the supermarket. Every map is the exact same. That's something that's really important to learn. And if you ever get lost, just opening up DayZDB.com. It's really good. You can just pretty much map around, look for what looks where you are, if that makes sense. Look for surroundings that kind of are similar to what you have going on. And once you find a place that's similar, that's probably where you are. So you just want to follow wherever you want to go from there. So there's a firehouse. We're going to keep walking. I believe the school is actually in this area. Unless that's Cherno. I get so messed up. But pretty much what you've learned so far is almost everything. I just got to teach you about food, water, and temperature is not something you really need to learn about now. You have to play pretty long to have temperature as a factor, in my opinion. Also has to be raining or you have to be in the water. This is another quick run through, a really quick run through. Building, and you can just look through here. So there's some mag, smoke grenade. We'll take the smoke grenade just for shits and giggles, I always do. And quick run through, and now we lost all the zombies that were currently chasing us. If we had a weapon right now, we would totally loot the hospital. It's a must. You got to go in there, especially because it's easy to make friends when you've been to the hospital and they haven't. Because you get something called a blood bag. There's the fucking school. Why did I not remember it was here? I'm silly sometimes. But we're going to go in the school, and hopefully it's not looted. Schools are very big, and somebody wire fenced right off the front, but there's a couple more entrances, and I don't think you can fence off every single entrance. So we'll get into the school. Let's check right here. Yep, we can get in this way. As you see, there'll be open doors. Not here. The open doors are always in the exact same spot. Somebody wire fenced this really well. There's only one place to get upstairs now. Nothing really in there. You see a bag on the ground. Bags on the ground can be almost anything, so checking them is always good. Usually they're magazines, but sometimes they're better. Check in here, see if there's anything. There's a bandage right there, but we already have one. We should be okay. There's some rounds on the ground. And now we kind of want to go upstairs. But how do you get upstairs when they blocked it off this bad? Now I believe there's a ladder. There's one right there. I know that one. I think there's a ladder on the other side though. And if there isn't, then they completely blocked it off, and there's no way you can get in the church or in the school. You're just completely stoned. Yep, there's a ladder. I was really hoping there was a ladder there. I'm like, maybe I'm just stupid and I totally forget it. I think I just heard somebody drink soda. So there's somebody actually right up here, and they just drank soda, which means they were low on water. There's a gun right there. That's what we're going to go for. That's what we really need. Sometimes, and there's a supermarket. Oh my god, I'm so dumb. I always forget what things are. There's somebody right here. But we have this double-barreled shotgun. Not a bad gun. And I think there's somebody right up here. It doesn't go far, though. You want to be close to do the most damage with the double-barreled shotgun, so got to be careful with it. Check up here. Something right there on the ground. It looks like a can of food. Empty tin cans and stuff do nothing. Oh, soda can. Nice. You're going to need that. Your water runs out faster than your food. As you can see, the more red it gets, the worse it is. So we're going to look up so that we can see it. As you can see, my blood is pretty good. Right there is good. But my flask of water, which is one up of the blood, is starting to go a little red, which means that I'm starting to get a little dehydrated. It doesn't mean anything until it actually starts blinking. Once it starts blinking, you have the chance to start bleeding from not drinking enough. And it also happens with food, but food takes a lot longer. So what you really want to focus on is getting water. Water is very, very big. And now we're going to go to the supermarket. Once we get to the supermarket, we're pretty much just going to look for the rest of our stuff there. See if anybody's here. I swear to God I heard somebody open up a can. We're not going to look for a gun anymore. We're just going to go straight to the supermarket. And pretty much from there, you know everything. Oh, don't fall. Falling is the worst. I did not teach you about falling. That's the worst thing to learn about is falling. And sometimes it's really hard to get the cursor to go on here. That can also be a bitch. Because falling does damage to you and also breaks your leg. And breaking your leg is one of the biggest bitches ever. Wow, I really can't get this. I hear somebody though. Oh, I get it when I turn around. That makes no sense. Whatever. We're good. So now that we actually have a weapon, we could waste ammo potentially on getting into the hospital, but we're not going to, because sometimes the glass bugs out and it takes like 6 shots to get open. So we're actually going to not waste our ammo when it's in such short supply right now, and we really don't want to risk it. So we're just going to look around. Doesn't look like anybody's here. We're going to go straight to the supermarket. This can also be a through and through, but wow, not even close to looted. So we have a lot of options right here. We're just going to go right here because I see ammo on the ground, and hopefully it's our ammo. It is second round slugs is what we're going for, and a watch. Now watch can tell the time. It's not really that useful, but it can be. This is good. We found a backpack. Now backpacks are really important if this might be a bugged out one. Yeah, it looks bugged out. When they're bugged out like this, you actually can't take them, which really sucks. But that's one of the best backpacks right there that you can get, especially early on. I think we found some more slugs for us right here. The red slugs we can't use, but we can use those. And another watch which we don't need. Somebody's chasing us, but that's fine. Oh, and that's another backpack right there. We're just going to try and take this one. Come on. There we go. And you're just going to take the backpack. And once you take it, you should see a backpack change. And now I'm going to teach you how to open the backpack. So the best way to see what's in your backpack is you go over to something. So we'll say this place right here. Go open to the gear. Click on the backpack first. And then once you have it open like that, just hit open bag and you can see everything. So now I'm put a soda can in there, Makarov mag, sure. And then we close bag, and it doesn't take up any inventory spaces, which is really, really convenient. That's why backpacks are so important. Now we're going to see if there's food here. Canned baked beans, we need that. And since I talked about before how we need more water than we do food, it's really important to pick up all these cans and stuff. I'm just gonna walk over here because I think this is more Pepsi. We'll take some more. Doesn't really matter. The way I see it is, if you get so much and you like don't want to pick it up, either don't pick it up or drink a can of Pepsi and then pick up another can. It's not that big of a deal. A lot of people say, don't pick that up, you're wasting space, but it's not really wasting space if you can use it. You can always drop stuff if it's that big of a deal. So there's some sardines there. We're gonna pick up more food, and I think I see. Yep. Oh wow, zombie, you are wanted. So headshots are generally always a kill, but with this gun you can just shoot them and they'll pretty much die. And the headshot box is very, very big. If you notice, I actually have a headshot. I shot nowhere near his head. And just clicking into the right will actually zoom into your cursor like this, and then holding down right click after will zoom even farther. That's actually a pretty important tip right there. So there's more food on right here, ammo, other things, and I think that's a box of matches right there, which we actually do need. But I'm stupid and don't know how to walk because it's so difficult. There you go, I think I hit him. Bitch. Usually it'll tell you when people die. Sometimes it won't. Some servers don't tell you, so you think it's a really peaceful server, and then you realize that everybody's dying and killing themselves. Box of matches, very, very important. So I think it pretty much taught you everything. You pretty much know everything that you need to know to survive. Electro is very important. Cherno is very important. You know how to find these places. So that's really all you need. Now you kind of just start learning on your own. I don't want to teach you too much. So there's binoculars here. You can actually pick those up. They don't take up any spaces. So that's good. Water bottle. Yeah, those are good because you can actually refill them. So all you need to do is, if you look at our DayZ database.com map, if you look there, there will be like little water droplets on the map, and those are places that you can refill your water bottle. So water bottle is important, but I honestly never have that low of water that I need to find watering place that I can actually refill. Now you could take wood piles, which actually take up 2 spaces in your backpack, but you don't really need to because you don't have a knife. And the reason you need a knife is because, remember that cow we saw at the very beginning? If you have a knife and you kill it with a gun or anything, the animal will die, and the knife will allow you to gut the animal. Once you gut the animal, you'll be able to take raw meat, and then when you have box of matches and wood, you just light the wood, and you should be able to scroll over the fireplace and be able to cook the meat. And meat gives you a lot of blood. It gives you full food bar right here. And so yeah, that's pretty much it. That's how it's pretty important for later on, but in the beginning you should just focus on getting baked beans, stuff like that, water, just being safe overall. So I hope I taught you guys something. It was a little bit long, but I think I covered everything that you need to know for the very beginning. And if you want to go deeper into the jungle, just head north. Head north and you will find glory and people who are assholes, and you'll just enjoy the rest of your day. So I hope you guys enjoyed this and hope it was helpful.